Okay, let's get back into it, or consider it anyways. Pull my brain out of my butt and see if we can make this work. Okay, last stream we gave a bit of a tour. We finished up the power plant. We now have crap loads of power. Let's see what we got. Find me a power pole. Here we go. Nope, not that power pole. Because that power pole only covers our immediate area here. That power pole has no visibility to the rest of the grid. But within our local area, wait a minute. That's not right. That does not look right. Yeah, that's right. So we have, that can't be right. Find me a master grid here. Yeah, okay, so here's our main grid. We now have a maximum consumption of 2600. That's this line. That's the most, if everything comes on at once, that's the most we can possibly draw. We have nearly twice that in capacity now. And we're only using half of our max. So we've got lots of room. Before our new generators were built, we were our max capacity was somewhere in this area, or our our max capacity, or max, let me get the terms right here, our capacity, so this line, how much we can generate, was somewhere here. Our maximum consumption was above our maximum maximum capacity, which means that if everything came on at once, we would not be able to supply it. That was yesterday. Now we got room to grow, which was the whole point, of course. But now I don't got to worry about power until, well, I'll probably have to worry about it before I'm ready to make more. Oh, okay, so last night we ended, I was going to check out and see about, let's pull a map up here. I'm working on getting explosives going, so I have can blow up some certain rocks and some weapons and whatnot. To do that, I need things that are here, sulfur. I think when we left last night, I had not determined for sure where that was. I have since done that. I need sulfur and coal. We have coal here. This is where we built the power plant yesterday. And there was 4 nodes of coal up here, one of which was covered by a rock you have to blow up, which is hence the explosives. That coal, this sulfur, and another, this is up here is where I had the oil power plant going. I'm going to take another one of those oil nodes and use the what do they call it, residual oil, residual something, it's purple stuff anyways. I need that. The explosives, just the basic explosives, just needs the sulfur and coal, and I'll probably build that up here where the sulfur is. I might pipe the sulfur down here and build the explosives down here. I'm not sure yet. The oil stuff is to make my favorite weapon, which is let's see, it's somewhere. I need to research it yet, but that is the explosive rebar. Actually, I need the smokeless powder is what the oil stuff is for, and then the use that to make the explosive rebar, which is my favorite weapon. So a couple stages to get there yet, but I need to make the explosives, and then I need to make the oil stuff, and it's one of those you always need one more thing that you haven't done yet. It's one of those things. So we're going to start with the explosives. And since I had questions about my flying last night, and yes, I have used a couple of cheats for this world, because this is a experimental testing whatever world for me. This is not my regular gameplay. This is the whole point of this world, is to try out some things. So I'm not concerned about a couple of cheats. And for those who wonder, I have fly mode on. I have given myself the hover pack, and I have gotten a few extra spheres that I didn't go search for. Oh, also they're in here somewhere. The overclock bits, those I got a few extra. That's all I've done as far as cheating. Everything else is normal build. And why am I going down here? That's not where I want to go. I want to go. But anyway, a couple of people asked questions about how I was flying so early. That's how I want to go out. This way somewhere. I'm lost now. So we will limit our use of flying. Well, flying with the fly mode. I can use, well, I suppose I shouldn't use the hovercraft either. To what's possible. I need to get fuel going so I can use the jetpack. Is what I should be doing. Because that I have unlocked. Now, sulfur is... Where are we at? Well, I was going this way, but I'm not as close as I thought. Where in crap am I? I mean, I know where I am on the map, but this is not... Oh, I know where I'm at. Okay. I'm like, this does not look familiar. I have built so many different things in different places that it gets confusing sometimes. Hello. Last time I was coming through this area, I was building railroads. And that's on one of my regular series. Hi, spider. Bye, spider. Alright, somewhere. Okay, so right over... It's up on top of one of these rocks. I think it's up there. Yep, it should be up there. Right now is when I really badly want my weapon. Alright. So I need to make, I mean I can fly up there, but let's make a legit way up there. How best to do that? As usual, while there are many options to do so, I mean, it's easy to get up there. I can just build a concrete ramp up there. Well, that looks corny. But at the moment, I think that's what we're going to do. So, I thought that looked like it was. No. There we go. Now from here, we're going to go something like that. Okay, maybe a bit farther. If I would have angled it better, I could have gone all the way up there. Now we're going to and watch this turn out to be the wrong place. I mean, that would be standard me. There we go. Okay, so we made it up here legit-wise. Just to, not because I have anything against using the fly. I mean, I turned it on purpose, but just to show that we can legitimately get up here. And I need that criteria. So now, do we want to build up here? Probably not, actually. Let's just put a miner up here and get it down off of here. And that brings up the whole other issue of where do I take it down? Because to take it down, I actually do need some sort of structure. Oops, stay away from those flowers. Because I ain't in God mode. They can still hurt me. I think since we need the coal from over there, so there's the new power plant right there. Coal is back in the woods over there. I think I'm going to take it down to the beach down there, and then it got crashed down there. I cleaned up, but I need to run power out to that, so we'll get that later. Yeah, I think I'll get it down there and then either run it around. Can't tell. Does that beach go around? No. So guess I'll build right across the pond there. And then we'll set up our explosive factory over there. I don't like that for the simple reason that then we need to get the oil stuff, which is up there. I've got to bring it back. Should be better to do the build here. But there's other nodes there that we'll probably build on later. And there's no flat area over there. But if I put it over here, then I've got to move, I've got to pipe the oil stuff. Well, I suppose I could pipe the black powder up to oil, but, or not pipe, but belt. Choices, choices, choices. And as I was telling somebody this morning, I guess, my biggest issue with the game is I think too much, which slows down things like this, where other people just start slapping things down, and I have issues with that. What on earth is that green? I mean, it's got to be uranium, but it looks weird from here. It is indeed uranium. And no, this is not a cheat. This is using the zoom on the photograph mode. Comes in handy sometimes. So, okay, for piping, what are my choices for piping in? I mean, there's a whole bunch of little back and forth trails through here. Okay, so I can run a pipe in through there, and there's a under the archway here, and back out to this, so that'll work. Alright, so let's put a nice foundation on here, just because. It's even facing the right direction. Let's put a miner on here. And let's crank it up because we can. Let's see, do I have, before I do that, yes, I do have the big belt. And then oh, I'm going to get to show off a tip that I've been told by multiple people is not possible. And sorry to disappoint you, but it is. The elevators officially have a limit of like 40 meters in height or something like that. However, it is possible to exceed that. And I've been told repeatedly, no, you can't. Yes, I can. Or at least it worked the last time I tried it, and I don't believe there's been any updates since then. Okay, so we're going to come down. Let's build these out here. Let's do... So we're do, nope. Bring a belt out here. Belt here. And then I need to know where I'm going to hit on the bottom. So we need to go and grab this and go into vertical mode and zoom this down and down and down. And that's on that side, so put one here on the other side. And we don't need any of that anymore. Now, under normal circumstances, a lift will only go that high, and that is all the farther you can get. So how do I get a lift all the way up there where I want it? Well, there's a couple of ways. This is one, and I'd still need another lift, but you can just tie a couple of them together like that. And like I said, I need another one to go up a little bit further. Or we're going to go up here, and we're going to put a floor hole in the middle of this. We're going to need a Mark 4 reversed. Ah! We want it going in, yes. Now we want Mark 4 belt. Upgrade that belt and that belt. And then, now note where I put the hole. Right in the middle of the two blocks. And those are the two blocks that I brought down here. So I come down here, plant my elevator, make sure I have the right one, and it's not centered. Want it there, and make sure I have the right direction, and it looks like it is. And then I snap it up into that box. And it's one thing all the way. Now, I need to get this over there somewhere. Let's see where we're going to build. I don't want to deforest this, but we're going to have to, I think. Although, I don't need a lot of room for this. I need some room though. think I'm going to annoy some hogs here. Now where'd the other one go? Boy, I'm really good aim, aren't I? Still killed him. Even scared the tree to death. All right. Start planting things. Oops. Fuck my. Let's see. Nope, it didn't do it. Sometimes when I misclick like that, it will place a second block over top of an existing block without any complaint whatsoever. Which is very annoying. Okay, I am definitely going to need more space than that. Get you out of my way. Oh, not dismantle, dummy. Oh, crap. We have to make a detour. We gotta get rid of some stuff in my inventory. Except I can't slide uphill. Actually, there's a way to do that, but I'm not equipped for it. And yes, there's a legit way to do it, but I'm not equipped. If you do it just right, you can do it with a parachute. Wood in here. Leaves in here. Much better. I do not need or want that. I do want that. I don't need that. Actually, shouldn't have done that. Should throw these things into here too. Don't need those anymore. That and that. So that's a lot better amount of space. Back to work. Now where I put those was into my biomatter generators, which I'm not using, I don't need, but for those who play the game know that at some point you're going to black out even when you're on higher power. And so you need something to restart that with. If your coal plants go dark, you don't got anything to start them back up with. So I leave my original biopower plant connected to the grid so that in that undesired situation, all you got to do is turn your biopower back on and start up the rest of your grid little by little. Easier said than done, trust me. Been there, done that. Hey. Come on, there we go. Mr. Bean, get out of here. All right. That'll be plenty of space, I'm sure. Dun, 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 dun. That one. My foliage setting was the likely cause. I don't know if you guys see it or not, but my screen would pause and jump once in a while, and I'm pretty sure that was what it was because that's the only thing I had turned up. Okay, how big was this? This is 12 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doggone it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. That should be plenty. Now we can take... This is not a wading pool, nor is it a toilet. You're not allowed to stand out here. Go, move somewhere else. Come on, somewhere else. Anywhere else. Move. Out of the pool. Come on, out of the pool. Come on. They don't want to hit you too many times. You do have a limited number of hit points. There you go. Okay. Build our bridge. Ooh, did I miss it? Nice. Wait a minute. Why are you building... Ha! Go figures. Different level. Not that that matters a whole lot, but annoying. Fix that with this. Okay. Now that we have this built, we need a power. Power pole up here. See how far this will stretch. We're going to stretch it right over here to the end. Where's it coming from? Over there. Somewhere there should be good enough. Clear some of the brush out around it. There we go. All right. And then we're going to bring another one and bring it out to the corner here. Place it properly in the middle. And then we're going to need our power switch. We don't want that on this side. Nope. I'll put it on this side. We want it facing in. Nope, we want it facing this way. And then we have from here to the tower. And then name it. This is explosives. And it is turn on low priority for now. Crystal is low priority. Coal 2 is high priority. So for each of my factories, there is a power switch. And this setup, once you unlock the switches and in particular the priority power switch, allows you to organize your factories so that if you do start running out of power, it will shut down certain ones first by group, keep the most important ones running, but shut down the less important ones by tier, enough to alleviate the power draw. And once enough power is available again, whether you have upgraded things or shut off things or whatever, then it'll automatically turn these back on as there's enough power. I haven't played with this a lot, but and I've never needed it. But if nothing else, this gives you a nice way that from any of the switches you can turn on and off any other factory. I need to rename that one, and I can't without going to it. Oh well, I know what it is. So it does. So these towers are my main grid. They're all tied to one bus. They all go back to both power stations. but even each power station is connected to the grid through one of those switches. So I can disconnect the power stations from the grid if necessary. This switch is going to stand between the grid and this power station, or this, not this power station, this factory. So this is going to be my initial pole. Actually, we're going to put it here. I don't like that. We're going to put one here, and then put one here. I didn't want to run from this pole over to here. Actually, I should have. It's done. It doesn't matter. I'm thinking I could turn this around. It really doesn't matter which pole thing. There is an A and a B, but it doesn't make any difference whatsoever, really, as far as function goes. All of my other ones, I have this facing inward instead of outward, and that would have put my A and B switched. I like to use A as my main grid and B as the factory, as it is here. But that turning around would allow me to put B to the corner, make it nice, look a little bit nicer. Oh well. See, that's me thinking too much again. Okay, how are we going to do this? We're going to, since this comes in on this corner, we're going to start on this corner. This is the sulfur coming over here. Let's see where we bring the coal in. Looks like we're going to bring the coal in on this corner somewhere. Let's go figure out how we're going to get the coal over there. Actually, let's see, anything interesting over in this area besides a couple of got concrete there. Whole bunch of hogs around here by the looks of it. Hogs and trees. Okay, so nothing I need to not build through over there. Where is our, this one? This is the one that had the rock that needed blown up earlier, and I have already blown it up. Looks like I got somebody else to blow up here. Hey buddy. Here, have a gift. Oh sure. Never ever fails. There. Take that. Dodge mode expert. Eat that. Okay. Coal. Power plant. Mine. This needs to come out. We are aiming up there. Oh, okay, so there's a nice little hill here we can go up. Let's see. We're going to be crossing our streams, but oh well. Mine are there. Going that way. We'll jump up the hill, coming along this edge maybe. Or maybe we'll go down, let's check out that trail. How clear is this trail and where does it go? We don't want to go down all the way there because our coal is right here. So I want to jump over to right here. And we can come in from there down to this trail. Alright, where'd the trail go? Here's the trail. Source of trail. Okay, that works good. Coming down here. And then right through here. Seriously? Let's see now if let's set this. We want to overclock it. 240, that's Mark III. See if this will reach far enough to get it. It will not. Where is it I want to go? I want to go up here somewhere. Where was it we were looking to go? Here. We want to go to this point. Actually, I don't need to put it that tall. Then we're going to put somewhere here. Something like that. And then should be able to make sure this is Mark III. Where am I going to attach it to the rest of the factory? Looks like we're going to board right here. Nope. See if I can reach that far. Of course not. That'd be too easy. Why? Why? Every freaking time. Every freaking time. Well, there's a reason for not using that pole. How's that? Now, I spaced this pole out of purpose based on that pole, and so this pole is too close or too far or something. Alright, guess we need to run this belt, mark 3, hello to those who just joined. Let's see, I need to bring power back to that, and I need power I want the wire, thank you. Now this is tied into the rest of this factory this way, rather than being fed directly from the rest of the grid. And we're going to do the same thing to draw power down to the coal. Even though there's power right next to the current coal, we're going to, and just as a trick, if you're stretching conveyor and belts, or conveyor and power along the same route, conveyor belts and power lines run roughly the same distance, not quite, the power line can go a little bit further. But I like to just take and put my poles at the same places I put my stands. Just a little trick I use. Yeah, it's not a trick, just a technique. Alright, somewhere here there's a stand. Hi, Blue. All right, we got coal coming in from there. Sulfur coming in here. We need assembler. Let's make black powder. Oh boy. How many do I want to make? So 240 divided by 15 each. So I can make a whole boatload of explosives. Maybe I'm definitely going to want all this space, that's for sure. Okay, so how many of you can I stretch along this side here? 1, 2, just for measuring purposes. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I'll put one of these, we're going to take, and while I'm thinking about it, now we only need instead of 16, we only need 8 of them if I do it that way. So let's start at half. We got halfway is going to be right here. One, 2, 3, 4. Can't cut it too much closer than that, can you? Okay. Now this. To make a nice clean turn. Question becomes, who's going to make a cleaner turn? There's no way that one is going to turn nicely into this. I mean, we're going to bust on the side here, but into this one. But at the same time, okay, so we're going to make the adjustment with this one. We'll figure that one out in a minute. This is going to go into this. Actually, that will work out nicely. And splitters going that way. This can go right into that. Then splitters going this way down here. Now for a minute we're going to set this like that because I don't want it to be shifted by the sand. The sand will lift that up so it's not quite in the exact right position. So we're just going to nudge these couple in here just right. That way they stay at the same level as the concrete. Now that's not critical because the offset in this case would only be a little bit, but I mean, you gotta do it perfect, right? We can't have any of those little imperfections. Now we can put this back the way it was actually. Should work just fine. Or even better than fine. Excellent. And just happens that power pulse happens to be in a really nice place. Let's take a wire and we will run these down the row. And yes, those two are farther apart than the rest of them because those two are in the center. As a matter of fact, one of them's in the wrong place. How did that... This one isn't. This one here is in the wrong place. Now it's even worse in the wrong place. Oh, you're going to be that kind of a bastard, are you? You will go in there, and you'll go in there where I want you. There. And I still did it wrong. Facing the wrong direction, which was the whole problem in the first place. There we go. Who, me? Picky? No. Never. Little OCD? Yeah, a little. Nothing serious. Now, this needs to go that way, and that needs to go that way. Going in there do not need to be Mark 3, so we're going to turn those all back into Mark 4. Or yeah, Mark 4. Mark 1. They definitely don't need to be Mark 4. And while there's no functional reason why they can't be Mark 3 like everything else, it's a matter of why use resources you don't need to. Okay. Ran power poles, now I need to hook up the machines. Got a power line. Boom, 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 boom. Did I miss one? Why are you not white? Now, oops. That should help. Oh. Okay. Now, this will give us 60 times 8. This is 480, so that's a Mark IV belt. Well, first of all, which way do we want this to go? We're going to be bringing the crap. The oil is going to be coming from over that way somewhere. Or we need to ship it out that way somewhere, whichever we're going to do. But I think I'm going to bring the oil down here. What do I want? This is where it comes to my, I think too much. Which end do I want the explosives to go to? So in order to determine that, I have to think out, what am I going to do with the rest of the factory here? What's coming from where? We're bringing the oil's going to, or the residual oil or whatever the stuff is going to come in from the right. But I need to, okay, we're going to be making two other things here on this platform. We're going, right here we're making the black powder. From there we're going to be making nobelisks, which I need the steel pipe, I believe, which I'll have to import. And then also the oil. So the nobelisk will just use the black powder and the steel pipe, if I remember correctly. The rebar that I pointed out earlier, the explosive rebar, is what we'll use several stages here. The black powder and the residual oil, or whatever it's called, will make smokeless powder, and then smokeless powder with smokeless powder with rebar made from rods makes the explosive rebar. There's another component in there somewhere. So what we need is, we'll have a constructor, sampling field here. So we have a constructor, we'll be making, nope, not a constructor. Well, yeah, actually, so we're going to need a constructor making rebar. We need a assembler. We'll be making the nobelisk with a steel pipe we need to bring in. We need a refinery to make the smokeless powder. Heavy oil residue and black powder. And then should be another assembler to make the okay. Manufacturer then. I thought there was a missing component. Missing motors. Lovely. If you look to the right side of the screen, you'll see on my to-do list, motors. Crafting bench. Well, that's building. I don't need stators anymore. Those are done. Okay, good enough. Now let's build a manufacturer. And we're trying to build... I can't build it yet. Anyways, so maybe it's not the manufacturer, but I'm pretty sure it is. I can't build it until I research it. I can't research it until I have the rest of this made. So initially, let's see, black powder needs to go somewhere. We're going to put it down that end. And we're going to regret that decision, but that's what we're going to do. Now these are putting out at 60, so mark 1 for the outputs. And the total is 480, so we need mark 4 for the bus. Lots and lots and lots of black powder. Okay, next one is the Noblesque. And before I get too carried away with this, I need a splitter in here. Suppose it would make a difference if I angled it in the right direction. Okay, now the splitter is where we will feed the nobelisks. Now we have 480 per minute coming out of here, so we can use as many as we freaking want. But nobelisk is not going to be a high demand item. See, that's right. We need to get a steel pipe up here. But I really only need one of these building the nobelisks. I mean, I don't really need all this either. Depends on how much else we want to do with gunpowder, I guess. So I'm just going to build one of these. And I might, in fact, good enough. That is where we will bring the bar into. Actually, this one needs to be 4. This one only needs to be 1. That one is already set to the first steel pipe. And that will be also another storage. There's no reason I need anything that big. We'll just do this. Fluctuators. One of these days I'll build those. Eh? Oh, all right, now I need pipe up here. And I actually need rods up here too. All of which is over the hill over here. So maybe bringing them down this route here. Pipes and rods. I suspect that both are available if I suck some off of these here. I know there's rods in this mess here somewhere. Here's rods. We can suck some off of here. Are we making pipes? Nope. Crap. We're making bars. No such luck. Although we do have nuggets, we could make some pipe. Let's see. So we can get bar here. Do I have steel here? I don't think so. No. So steel is all the way over there. I am not inclined to run a belt from over there all the way across here. So we can get rods for the rebar here. But right now we need pipe. We can get ingots here. But we need to turn them into well, again, we don't need to be fast. So what I can do switch this one to steel pipe. Put a splitter on here. Grab a wire. Do that. Put a belt. And this is what we're going to take out and put somewhere. Not even 6 yet. Why am I tired? So what I'm looking at is, now that I've got the factory built, where do I want to put the back wall here? Nothing goes beyond that point on that side. We do on this side, but we don't need anything past where this wall is, so we do not need this or any of this. Or, well, maybe. What idiot decided to do that? Oh wait, that was me. Okay, fine. closed, and we're going to leave this open for access for the time being. That'll do. Where's that output going to go now? That means that output is going to go into a wall across here. Okay, now we're going to come out of a wall there, and where are we going? Over there. So we have this nice big walkway across here. I can run the belt up. I think that's what I was looking at earlier. Let's see. Where does this come to? Yes. So I can come through there, or I was looking at coming across to here. No, I wasn't. Okay, it is this. So we're coming down this path. Okay, so we want to come out this side then. We want to come out there. So to do that, Hello to those who just joined. A little bit of landscaping here. Nobody will notice that, right? No, you dummy. What we're doing at the moment is trying to get pipes. Down the road here. I'm just looking at this right now. I know I'm going to come back and rebuild it completely. Now where am I going with this? I'm going straight ahead to here. Let's start from here. So what we've just been building is Explosives Factory. May possibly have a little bit too much black powder going on here. Maybe. Maybe not. Should be enough. We got sulfur coming down from up there. We have coal coming in from over there, the last node after building our power plant yesterday. We will be bringing in heavy residue from oil plants up there to build smokeless powder and then explosive rebar. I don't think we're going to get that far tonight because I am not feeling good. I am hurting despite pain meds. Belt. Where are we doing belt? Belt is going to come in Belt is going to come in here. And then from here it's going to go into there. Except that I don't want to do it that way. But because of the way belts work, I have to build it in the right direction. I want to come from there. There, now it puts the angle over this way. Okay, let's see how we go from here and see what happens when we meet the other end. bet that it won't reach? Yeah, of course not. There, that'll bring our pipes in here and make our nobelisks, which will be uploaded to dimensional. And all I gotta do is bring power over from one of these. Still didn't put it in the right spot, did I? Okay, so we got explosives, got black powder going in. Where's our pipes? Come on, slowpokes. That'll be the nobelisks. Now we need the I need to make the smokeless powder. To do that, I need the doggone it. Okay. Next item on the list is smokeless powder. To do that, I need to go up to oil, build another oil plant that's crapping out heavy residue. Pipe that down here and feed it to a refinery, along with black powder. That'll make smokeless powder. Then I need the smokeless powder and rebar? Do I go for it directly from... Oh, it's... Ow, 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 ow. Oh, it's not only... I don't even have it unlocked, so I can't tell. Well, I can, but not from there. Dum, 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 dum. Smokeless rebar, yeah. Explosive rebar. Oh, cool. I did not realize that. So to make the smokeless powder, I got the black powder going. I need the heavy residue brought down from oil. That goes into a refinery to make smokeless powder. Then I need the smokeless powder, rebar, which we'll also have to make, and pipes, which we just imported. And what I was crapping about a minute ago was that I built this whole line wrong. Why? Because from the same place that these are coming from, I'm going to need to import rebar or bar stock, which one way or the other. And so what I should have done is plant these all along the line so I can run two frickin' belts at the same time. What I'm stuck with now is either destructing this whole thing all the way back and doing that, or building a second line beside it which won't look as nice, because there's no way that I'm aware of to attach two random belts to each other. There's no way to stack another belt on top of this neatly that I'm aware of. So I am not inclined to rebuild that. I'm not. And we're not there yet anyways. We need to, that's after we get the smokeless powder, so let's get the smokeless powder made. Just to do that, I need to go do, we can let all this run. Oh, hey, we filled up everything. Look at that. That should be enough gunpowder for a couple hours. Okay, so Noblists are going to take a bit to fill up, but that's okay. We need to go get... Oh, this thing needs power, and there just happens to be a power line right here. Haha.
Fix it, always do.
Oh, shut up, Ada. As I was saying, at some point, we need to bring oil in here. I'm under the overhang. We're going to bring it in through there. And I'll point out something to those who if they've played the game, they're asking, how am I flying? If they weren't here at the beginning of the stream. This is not my regular world. This is an experiment and try a few things out. Yada yada world. I have used a couple of cheats in here, including fly mode, and I've given myself some extra spheres and clock thingies. Everything else is played standard. But oh, and I have a hover pack, but I'm just using fly mode. It's faster. So if you wonder why and how I'm flying, that's why and how. Okay, figuring out where we're going here. So we're gonna go through under the arch. And we want to go down that pathway and along the beach, I think. Yeah, we'll come down along the beach. And I still haven't put the tube up here. I need to put a tube up here. Now we have one oil spot already being used. This will actually get rebuilt eventually, but might take us till we got, This is being used for power. This is generating my plastic, my rubber, and a little bit of power, but there's no excess heavy residue from this system. I could steal some. Now that I have the other power plant, how much okay, this is generating 40 per minute. Being turned into oh, this is doing 40, this is doing 20, making 60 here, this is making 80. If I shut down one of these machines, that will give me 1/4 of 60 that I can tap off. 1/4 of 60 is 15. Which would work nicely. Okay. So what we're going to do we're going to put another pipe there. And we're going to put a valve on here. And then we're going to limit that valve to 15. That way, when I shut this one off, the 15 units that are spared now is the only amount that can come out here. That does create a problem though. No, we can work with that. Okay. So this valve, the point here is this will keep this system from that I'm. Where am I going with this? I'm going down there. Okay. This valve will keep the explosives plant that I'm building from sucking everything out of here. Is the idea. That way everything is still balanced. All right. question becomes, I'm thinking too much as usual, the question becomes, am I taking it off the end to make it look neater, or am I taking it off the side where it's closer? The answer is yes. Actually, the answer is no. Oh, convenient place to land. Now we want to go from here back along the power lines, basically. Okay, figure out where we're going here from here. Let's see. I think we're going up there. Nope. We are... So here's the plant we're heading for. We want to come in here. Do I want to come in here? No. I want to come in this way. Hold still for a second. Really? So that's the one we want to go up. Nope, nope, bugs. And then I need to come through here, right? Yes. I don't know how far it'll go. Seriously? Let's see if they can go as far as the... I doubt it. Nope, not even close. Let's see if it will reach that far, but I don't think so. It will reach that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Same as belts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then let's bring it all the way over here first. Those eagle-eyed people among the viewers will notice there's nothing in these pipes. That is because we have come up too far. All the stuff is stopped somewhere back here. Or maybe something else? Why don't I see any stuff? No, there's some. We have plenty of head. I am uncertain. We don't need a pump. We don't need any kind of lift. Which is what I thought was the problem. What I thought might be the problem is that that point over there is higher than that, but it doesn't look like that's the case. It looks like it's just a matter of there's not enough to fill the pipe yet. But what I am going to do, just because, is somewhere over here, before we start going up, we are going to put a pump. So eventually, when there's enough stuff here. This will push it up. How far will it push it up? So we do indeed need another lift. Maybe a couple more. Yep, so we need another one right in here somewhere. Can't see around the frickin' corner. What the heck? Cute. Bugs. Go away, bugs. Alright, so where's our next one going? I can't tell. I wonder. Okay, so we're going to put it where are we going to? So we want to put this right about there. out there. That should be more than enough pumps. I don't think we need anywhere near that many, but that's what it was showing. And I'll have to come back later and come on, pick up the wire. Thank you. Have to come back later and make it look nice. Now, do we have anything pumping? I have power. But I have no juice. While we're waiting for all of that, we need beat it, buddy. Beat it. We need to put one of these up, which will be using more of our fun powder. Why can't it put it in the same orientation as the one I'm taking it from? And then the pipe will be Now, if the juice ever gets here, that will give us a smokeless powder. No longer need the prototype. Then we'll use that smokeless powder back into this. Wrong recipe. Wait a minute. Wrong machine even. Oh, I don't have it unlocked, so I can't build it yet. That's why that one's the way it is. So I need now... okay, so the smokeless powder will be going into a manufacturer. I can't do the manufacturer yet. Yes, I can. That'll be going into this monster. Eventually. Along with rebar, and we'll probably make it over here because that'll be based on rods coming from down there. So we'll probably put this machine will go right there. That'll make rebar. And that will go there. And pipe, which is already coming in here, it's going to need to swing around the side over here. See, I didn't think that was in line. And that will bring out our explosive rebar that I can't make yet until we get some of the juice up here so they come out of here so I can finish the research on it. So that will come out from there, and we'll put it up onto... Nope, to do that I need to put a segment out here first, so we have a direction assigned, and then I need to come down here like that. That will come up there, although, actually that's not what I want. We will do right there, and then Storage. Set as a storage. Facing the other direction. Just out there. Then we take that, we'll go over there. And then we'll put that there. And that's everything except getting the fluid up here. We have plenty of height over there. There's no reason for it to be stopping here. Anybody got any ideas? Is it just that the pipe doesn't have enough in it? Ooh, it found some fluid. Maybe, maybe. I'm going to temporarily open the floodgates. Actually, you know, I don't need that valve because once the pipe is full, the thing at the other end is only going to eat it at 15 a minute anyways. So let's see what's going now. So it looks like it was just a matter of that being a trickle feed. Head left, not much. So these are just very slowly not filling up. Looks like this one is simply pushing up far enough to get the fluid over the top of the hill. Can anyone besides me hear the tone change of the flow through that pump? Let's see what we're getting. So we're over the top of the hill. Getting stuff on the downside now, but not here yet. Oh, a little bit. Getting there, but now it's got to accumulate in what would be a gravity dip on this side of the hill, between that hill and here, enough to activate this pump. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's go figure out that bar stock for the rebar. So we're going to have rebar coming in from over there, same source as these pipes, and it's going to come to here, or rods, which will come to here and be turned into rebar, which will go into there to make explosive rebar, my preferred weapon. While I'm here, power pole. Wish it would do that smoother. How are you aligned? You're aligned in the middle of that. There. Better. Now we gotta drag this back and try to make it look halfway decent. Yes, I know that's not the same height. It can't be, or it would have intersected with. Might be able to get away with it. Let's try it. That'll do. Nope. Ow. Ow. Okay. Where are we stealing rods from? We steal rods out of here. Dun, dun, dun. Splitter. Then there should automatically latch into there, I think. No such yuck. Okay, fine. And it doesn't clip our pipes. Nice. So this will steal some of our carefully counted rods from this factory, but because the usage on the other end will be so small, once this is buffered in, it won't have any effect. And well, they're still making them. I should actually, while I'm at it, since we're waiting for that fluid to buffer, I need 2,500 of these. I can't carry that many, but let's grab everything I can carry and take and deliver it down to somewhere as our... Shall we take a tour through the cave just because? Yeah, it's not all we need by a long shot, but it's a start. Now, let's see, where's the cave? It just came out of the doggone cave. There it is. See if I can remember how to get up there to the top level. Yeah, it wasn't graceful by any stretch, but come on, slowpokes. Not that it matters. I've got to get the black powder's got to be made before you can be used, anyways. Oh look, we got fluid. Ha! Oh. Silly. Why didn't someone tell me I forgot to power that thing up? Beat it. Come on, go. Somewhere else. This is not a playpen. Ah, power. Power, power, power. Where is your power node? Your power node is up front here. thing is powered up, ready to go as soon as the rods get in here. How many of those smokeless powder do I need to do the research? I need 200 of them. And 200 steel. And 200 rebar. Okay. So now it's more hurry up and wait. Or, silly me, to jump start it. Here, go make us some rebar. Something else I should do is put a buffer here. It seems like there's something else that I need the smokeless powder for later. Not sure off the top of my head, but okay, well that's making rebar slowly. I'm gonna go make some food. And not really anything for you guys to watch for the moment. So I'm gonna give you a be right back screen, and I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Probably less, but we'll call it 10. Okay, we're back. Have we collected enough stuff? We have 100 rebar, which I think, no, we need 200 rebar. Do we have 200 of this? Let both of them make more. So the crafting bench down here. Let's help them. Let's see. Grab some more iron rods of my own. Didn't need to do that. Let's make some rebar of our own. Speed that process along. Oh crap. Don't make that with us, we make that with the workshop. Rebar, rebar, rebar. Holy crap, that made rebar fast. So... I don't need all of that on me, so let's put some of it in there to hold on to. Can I make my own smokeless? Not there. Where's... No. So we gotta wait for this to make smokeless. Need something else. What else was it that I needed? Thought I had everything. Few more rebar. Alright, we'll do this. No, I thought I had more than enough rebar a minute ago. That'll fix that. Now we're just waiting for smokeless. In the meantime, see if I can build me some computers. see if this is done yet. Do we have enough? Oh, come on. Only 3 to go? Come on. Now we have enough. Now we can do the, if I can find the ma'am.
Explosive
Yeah, shut up, Ada. Now, do I have, I don't think I have yet. I do not have the rebar gun yet, so I need to make the rebar gun. Rebar gun. Then I can now set the recipe for this to make explosive rebar. And maybe I should give it some power, right? And we're finished with our goals for tonight. No, I don't have any. Ooh, look. First bit's coming out. Although they're going to go straight through and into dimensional, but let's grab one on the fly here. Alright, let's get my... Let's get the... place the chainsaw. Alright. Where's a hog or something? Find something wandering around here. Never around when you want them. Just like kids and parents. Never around when you want them. I'm not going to waste one of the few I have on you. There we go. He doesn't look too impressed. And that is why I like the explosive rebar. Where'd our plant go? Only downside to the explosive rebar is the reload time, but that's the case for all the rebar, so. And now I can grab it out of here. Alright guys, I believe that is going to be all for tonight. Although, let's give a quick tour of the rest of the factory. Really quick. So you've seen, most of you at least, have seen me build this. Last night, get myself lost here. Last night we built this massive power factory. And for where we are on the map. So this is the beginner starting area, grassy plains. Anyone that's been there will recognize the arch. We are currently north of that in the big hole here. So the coal patches we're using are up there. The big power factory is here. And the explosive factory we just built is right here. And where we're getting the oil from is up there. And then we're going to be going back down here is where my main, well, there's my main base, and there's where a lot of stuff is done, and then we'll be going over here where my steel and all that stuff is. So here's the power factory. There's my main base. This here is doing modular frames and versatile frames here. So we got a floor underneath all this, and below that is 4 miners underneath there, and a 5th one here. There's actually another node under the other side of that concrete that I'm not using yet, if I can talk. Anyone who's played this area is familiar with the concrete node here, or limestone, and the 4 iron nodes that are here. This is doing all of my screws, rods, and that kind of stuff, all the way up to, let's see, all I can think of is armored plate, but the reinforced plate there, and a single instance of modular frames here, rotors, all that stuff is here. Here's my main concrete factory, taking from the node over there, the node that's right here, and the 2 nodes that are over there. And I don't know what this contraption is, but you guys should know. And my main base with the 2 iron nodes here that are making my basic steel metal plate and iron rod. And these are just there to fill dimensional and for me to grab if I need it, which I don't anymore, but that's what they're there for. There's my store, workshop, research. Any junk I don't want, throw in there to go into the tickets, and the overflow from these is going into tickets to give it something to do. This is my biopower factory, so we'll come back to this over here, but well, I guess we'll start here. Disregard this and this. This is expanded stuff. But we have grass goes in here, gets turned into biomass there. Sticks go in here, turned into biomass there. Both of those go into the bottom bin here. Then come out here where it gets turned into the solid biofuel, and back into the top bin here, where it comes out to a splitter. One goes to the one output to the bottom, one output to the top, but both top and bottom are the same. So we'll just look at the top. It comes to the center here where it is split in 2, where it goes to a middle of a pair here, split again, and then split again between the 2 burners. What this arrangement does is make sure every burner gets the same amount of wood, which when we have a backlog of wood logs, whatever you call them, solid biofuel, when we have backlog, it doesn't matter, everything's plugged full. But when you start getting not very much, this keeps them all balanced, so they're still all producing electricity, where if you just do a line down the middle and split off of it, the ones at the end will run out of fuel, and you'll end up blowing a breaker even while you still have fuel to burn. Because these will be full, that'll be empty, those will die and drop you below your threshold. This way, they're all full, and right up to the last logs you have, they'll keep the power on. Up here's my copper, of course. Split into 4 lines, one doing just copper wire, one doing, or 2 of them doing copper wire dedicated for cable, and one doing sheet, and as usual into storage for manual pick, or then I later added the dimensional to them. Yes, there's a big building here, but it's not complete yet. What it will be, well, it's all there. I just missing. I don't have the programmable splitter yet, so I can't finish it. But what this is designed to be, drop things in there. It goes up here to the programmable splitters. These, underneath each of these pairs is a constructor going in one side, out the other. So it'll come, in this case, it'll come down, come in here, go down there to the splitter or constructor, out of the constructor back up here and on down that line. And the same thing for all the others. What this is this one here is, let's get it right, blue slugs, yellow slugs, purple slugs, and then we have the hatcher, hog, one of the other animals, and one of the other animals. And then over here we have grass, leaves, mushrooms, and if we want to, animal protein turned into biomass, which there's another one here I don't have hooked up yet, and seen here there's one here that will do the animal protein into the DNA package, and then the DNA package gets injected out to other processing, and the biomatter will get fed back into this stuff. The slugs and animal stuff will have the sloops on them. Actually, the slugs, which are the only thing hooked up, do have the sloops on them. Go in here. There's my power switch. That's what it looks like inside. So we got each of the splitters all lined up like that. Yes, I know that was a really quick tour. Okay, on to the other factories. My first power plant was over here, or first coal power. So this is the little pond above the plains. Just enough room to cram 4 water things into it. Running 8 coal power. Coal is coming from way over there up on the bin. Yeah. Whatever you call that piece of rock. Let's see. What else we got? Over here is, so there's the 2 limestone quarry going over to feed the main office. Here we have, what do we have here? We got our concrete beams, and actually I think that's all we're doing right here is the concrete beams. We got some doing concrete to feed the beams. That's one of our iron mines here, and a couple more iron mines there. This is our steel here, so we got our steel pipe and our steel beams here. Again, buffered with dimensional. We're using some of the pipes coming out, and our copper here coming into this. This is building our automated wiring, which is coming out here and back to storage. And why do I not have a dimensional depot on that? Maybe because I ran out of fluctuators like I keep doing. See, I put a one up here. What's in here? Oh, that's our stators. See, seems like there's something else over here. This was more copper. There's our coal. That's what the coal going to our first power plant. More iron, which I'll use probably in the near future. I think that's all, except let's give you a quick look inside of here. If I can get in. There it is. A lot of fly. Let's just walk. Come on. Ah! So here we have the copper coming in from each side, going to 2 smelters each, and then 4 constructors making wire going up, back up each. Okay, gotta remember how I did this. So this is all copper coming from the one side, and then there's another copper mine over there. So this is all copper coming from this side, goes through the process, goes up that corner. This floor is identical, except it's processing the copper that came in from this side. And it goes up that corner. And then there's the continuation of the other copper line. Those come up here, and again we're mirrored on both sides. The copper wire goes into oh yeah, some of it keeps, okay. And like, why is that still going up? Copper wire is, this is a balancer, is what this is here. Copper wire is feeding these, which are making cable. It's shared, there's 7 of them, so 4.5 from each side, including the middle one. All of it comes out on cable, which goes upstairs over there, along with some copper from each side goes upstairs. And then up here we have the pipe I showed coming in from the other factories, and it's not easy to tell, but on each end we have a machine making stators, one here, one down there, and then those stators are being fed along with the cable that came in from the other end to these, which are making the automated wiring, these 4 in the middle, and that's being fed back out over there. Confused all of you, right? And that is the extent of this world at the moment, I believe. Where am I? Okay, back to main base. And I can't fly without power. And I can't slide uphill. Alright, so we're going to call this here. I don't know if I'll continue streaming this world. This is a temporary world. I'm just experimenting with some things. That's why, if you were watching earlier, I noted that I did have some cheats going. I do have, if you look at my channel, there's 3 or 4 series I've been doing. Up until the last few months, I've been otherwise occupied. I will be getting back to those series, so if you've been watching those series, stay tuned. if you haven't been, go watch the ones that I have out, and come back and watch the new ones as they come out. There's not just Satisfactory. There's also a main sequence game. It's not released yet. It's still in development, but I've been screening that. I do plan on getting back to all of those, so hope to see some of you there. Until then, thank you for watching, and have a good evening.